This first question is, SEBI plays a crucial role in regulating and developing the securities and commodity market in India. However, it faces various challenges in its functioning, which need to be addressed to ensure that the market operates in a fair and transparent manner. Examine. So keyword is examine, and this is from question GS paper 2 within 250 words. SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. SEBI is essentially a statutory body of Indian government that was established on 12th April of 1992. It was introduced to promote transparency in the Indian investment market. So main purpose why SEBI introduced, because it was to promote transparency in the Indian investment market. Besides its headquarters in Mumbai, the establishment has several regional offices across the country like New Delhi, Ahmedabad, Kolkata, and Chennai. SEBI is entrusted with the task to regulate the functioning of the Indian capital market. The regulatory body lays focus on monitoring and regulating the securities market in India and to safeguard the interests of investors, and aims to inculcate a safe investment environment by implementing several rules and regulations as well as by formulating investment related guidelines. So SEBI বনোৱা হৈছিল mainly investment marketত আমাৰ যেটো transparency থাকিব লাগে, যাৰ পৰা এটা confidence build হ'ব, and ই ৰেগুলেট কৰে আসলতে ফাৰ্স্ট অফ অল ই যিমানখিনি আমাৰ সিকিউৰিটি মাৰ্কেটত ইনভেষ্টমেন্ট হৈছে বা যিখিনি ট্ৰানজেকশন হৈ আছে সেইখিনি মনিটৰ কৰে ৰেগুলেট কৰে so that it can safeguard the interest of the investors, and thereby it tries to inculcate a safe investment environment through these different rules and regulation, as well as with some investment related guidelines. Now, barely 2 days before the expiry of a Supreme Court stipulated deadline to probe allegations raised by Hindenburg Research about the misdemeanors and violations of stock markets by the Adani Group, the Security and Exchange Board of India has sought at least 6 more months from the court to finalize the findings. Is a lot news to us, the Adani Group of I hope you have heard about it, so no need to go through it. The main function is that is news thokar karone we can expect that some question related to SEBI may come. So first of all, the power and functions of SEBI. It is a regulatory body. So SEBI has several powers to perform vital functions. Then it is statutory. So SEBI Act of 1992, it carries a list of such power vested in the regulatory body. And the functions of SEBI make it an issuer of securities, protector of investors and traders, and a financial mediator. So prothom kotha, this is a statutory body hoy. So there is an act, and that act is SEBI Act of 1992, and with that act it has powers as a regulatory body. So it makes it as an issuer of securities and protectors of investors, traders, and financial mediator. Now, if we talk about the power, first of it is a quasi-legislative and quasi-judicial body which can draft regulations, conduct inquiries, pass rulings, and impose penalties. So remember, SEBI is quasi-legislative and quasi-judicial. আমি গম পাওঁ যে quasi-legislative and quasi-judicial বলে কি হয়. It is not directly legislative and judicial, but still it is indirectly imposing those things which can be done by legislative and judicial body. So it can draft regulation, it can draft queries, and it pass rules, and even it can impose some penalties. Then Securities Law Amendment Act 2014, SEBI is now able to regulate any money pooling scheme without worth rupees 100 crore or more and attach assets in case of non-compliance. So according to Security Laws Amendment Act 2014, now SEBI has the capability of regulating any money pooling scheme of worth 100 crore or more and attach assets in case of non-compliance. Then SEBI chairman has the authority to order search and seizure of operations. SEBI board can also seek information like telephone call data records from any persons or entities in respect to any security transaction being investigated by it. So প্ৰথমতে আমি দেখিলো according by the Security Law Amendment Act 2014, SEBI এতিয়া 100 crore ওপৰত যিমানখিনি এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ money pooling scheme হ'ব পাৰে তাৰ লগত attach কৰিব পাৰে assets খিনি যাতে তাক regulate কৰিব পাৰি ইমান ডাঙৰ ডাঙৰ ট্ৰানজেকশ্যন যিবিলাক নেকি 100 বা 100 crore ওপৰত থাকে সেইখিনিক ৰেগুলেট কৰিবৰ কাৰণে এই এমেণ্ডমেণ্টটো অনা হৈছিল Securities Laws Amendment Act 2014 লগতে SEBI চেয়াৰমেনৰ পাৱাৰ আছে যাতে সাৰ্চ আৰু সিজ অপাৰেচন কৰিব পাৰে যিকোনো মানুহৰ ঘৰত টেলিফোন ৰেকৰ্ড কৰিব পাৰে so ইয়াৰ দ্বাৰা ই মনিটৰ কৰিব পাৰে then SEBI performs the functions of registration and regulations of the working of venture capital funds and collective investment schemes, including mutual funds. So, venture capital fund, or we can call it as a venture capital fund, iaku registration and regulation koribo pare. Then it also works for promoting and regulating self-regulatory organizations and prohibits fraudulent and unfair trade practices relating to security markets. So these are the capabilities of SEBI as a quasi-legislative and quasi-judicial body. আমি দেখিলো যে ইয়াৰ ওচৰত powers আছে regulate কৰা ইয়াৰ ওচৰত power আছে search seizure কৰা তো ইয়াৰ ওচৰত সেই পাৱাৰখিনি দিয়া হৈছে যিখিনি এটা legislative বা এটা judicial bodyৰ ওচৰত থাকে then functions to protect the interests of Indian investors in the security market, to promote the development and hassle-free functioning of the securities market, to regulate the business operations of the security market, to serve as a platform of portfolio managers and bankers, stockbrokers, investment advisors, merchant bankers, registers, share transfer agents, and other peoples. So, ই বহুত ধৰণৰ different type act কৰে like a kind of portfolio manager, banker, stockbroker মানে যিমানখিনি আছে তেওঁলোকৰ কাৰণে এটা প্লেটফৰ্ম আনি দিয়ে সেবিয়ে সেই প্লেটফৰ্মটো অনাৰ লগতে সেই প্লেটফৰ্মটো মেইনটেইন কৰে য'ত নেকি portfolio managers হৈ গ'ল bankers হৈ গ'ল stockbrokers হৈ গ'ল investment advisor হৈ গ'ল merchant bankers হৈ গ'ল registers হৈ গ'ল so এই বেলেগ ধৰণৰ যিমানখিনি আহি পেলাই ইয়াৰ যোগেদি ইয়াত ইনভেষ্ট কৰিব পাৰে দেন নিশ্চিন্ত হৈ পেলাই ইনভেষ্ট কৰিব পাৰে কাৰণ আগতে বহুতখিনি এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ ফ্ৰড হৈছিলে যাৰ ফলতে সেবি আনিবলগীয়া হৈছিল ৰাইট to regulate the tax entrusted on depositors, credit rating agencies, custodians of securities, and foreign portfolio investors and other participants, to educate investors about the securities market and their intermediaries. then to prohibit it, fraudulent and unfair trade practices within the security markets and related to it, then to monitor company takeovers and acquisition of shares. This is a very serious issue, company takeovers. So it is monitoring that part also to keep the securities market efficient and up to date all the time through proper research and development tactics. So, sabole gole, if you go through all of this part, you can say that SEBI is everything on investment market. If SEBI is not there, then the investor has a fear. The investor have a fear of whether they can trust this Indian investment market or not, because many such type of fraudulent acts already happened in the past. So SEBI monitors that. SEBI bring that confidence. SEBI bring that means trust to the investors. So that's why it has a great role in Indian investment market. Now, some issues paid by the SEBI in recent times. In recent years, SEBI's rules became more complex. The capital market regulator is at a crossroad. There is excessive focus on regulation of market conduct and lesser emphasis on prudential regulation. So, on regulation of the market conduct, market কেনেকে হৈছে আৰু ৰেগুলেশ্যনৰ ওপৰত বেছি ফকাস কৰা হৈছে আৰু prudential ৰেগুলেশ্যনৰ ওপৰত কমকৈ ফকাস দিয়া হৈছে বা কম এমফাসিস দিয়া হৈছে. Then SEBI's statutory enforcement powers are greater than its counterparts in the US and UK, as it is armed with far greater power to inflict serious economic injury. SEBIক যিমানখিনি পাৱাৰ দিয়া হৈছে সেইখিনি ইয়াৰ যিখিনি কাউন্টাৰপাৰ্ট US আৰু UK SEBIৰ নিচিনা যিখিনি ৰেগুলেটৰী বডি আছে তাতকে বহুত বেছি আছে. Right, and far greater power may inflict serious economic injury. Now, it can impose serious restraints on economic activity, and this is done based on the suspicion, leaving it to those affected to shoulder the burden of disproving the suspicion, somewhat like preventive detention. Its legislative powers are near absolute, as the SEBI Act grants wide discretion to make subordinated legislation. Then, মানে ইয়াৰ legislative power খিনি absoluteৰ নিচিনা হৈ গৈছে. Means এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ হৈ গৈছে যিখিনিক আমি avoid কৰিব নোৱাৰো. So that is a kind of issue. Then the component of prior consultation with the market and a system of review of regulation to see if they have met the articulated purpose is substantially missing. As a result, the fear of regulator is widespread. Then regulation, either rules or enforcement, is far from perfect, particularly in the areas like trading, insider trading. Now, the securities offering documents are extraordinarily bulky and have substantially been reduced to formal compliance rather than resulting in substantive disclosure of high quality. Now, what will be the reforms then? There is a need of an attitudinal sense, indeed, and hundreds of input about the market being full of crooks, necessitating a crackdown and severe intervention would be received. The foremost objective of SEBI should be cleaning up the policy space in the area of the market. It must give special attention to human resources and matters within the organization. SEBI must encourage lateral entry to draw the best talent, alignment and fitment of senior employees upon merger of the Forward Markets Commission into SEBI remains an open area of work. So SEBI should work on that part. Enforcement can be strengthened with continuous monitoring and improving market intelligence. India's financial markets are still segmented, so one regulator cannot be blamed for another's failure when the remit over a financial product overlaps. So in this context, a unified financial regulator makes eminent sense to remove both overlap and excluded boundaries. So how we can conclude it is like demanding greater financial autonomy, regulator must also show themselves to be accountable to the public by being more transparent about their financial affairs. And SEBI must develop good market intelligence and preemptively stop the Adani-like incidents from affecting the trust in Indian capital market that will drive away investors. So গোটেই বিজনেছত মনোপলি অহাটো বা এনেকুৱা ইনভেষ্টমেণ্ট ৱৰ্ল্ডতো এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ এটা ওৱান চাইডেড এলিয়েন্স হোৱাটো হা এই এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ এটা পাৱাৰ জেনেৰেট হোৱাটো দিব নালাগে চ' that way SEBI can bring back its trust. So that's it. সেইটো এটা বহুত important question আছিল SEBI related. I think ইমানখিনি নহ'লেও at least whatever we got it through this answer discussion, we can write it now. Okay, so ঠিক আছে এই কুৱেশ্যনটো আজি এতিয়া ডিছকাছ কৰা হ'ল the remaining questions will be discussed in the subsequent sections তেতিয়ালৈকে প্ৰেক্টিছ কৰি থাকক will meet soon. Thank you.